Welcome everybody as you have entered the splash zone. My name is Michael, and as you can tell, I got a haircut, trying to look a little better, don't always want to wear hats, so the hat is gone today. Maybe, who knows, new haircut, new attitude, maybe we might just see. And for today's video, I want to tell you guys which Scarlet and Violet cards you should buy in a PSA 10. And if you like advice as far as what to buy and what's not to buy in a PSA 10, please do like and subscribe, as I will love to bring you guys future content on this and continue to provide good information for the Pokemon community. And with that being said, let's start to get to our list. And the first Pokemon that I have for you that you should get in a PSA 10 is going to be none other than the Charizard EX from OnlyFans. I'm sorry, Obsidian Flames. Now, I can already hear the voice of public opinion saying, well, it's not the Paldean Fates Charizard. It's not going to be the 151 Charizard. Well, you know what? You just have to
know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
Because at the end of the day, it is a top hit in a Scarlet and Violet set, and it is a Charizard. Now, I get it. Obsidian Flames is a very average set, but a lot of people like to compare it to the Sword and Shield era. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, like that Charizard that you are explaining about in the Sword and Shield era had so many things, and I mean
so many things
wrong with it, right? First off, it was very easy to pull. I remember one time years ago during COVID, me and my cousin, we literally went to our local game store and we were like, hey, we see a bunch of Darkness Ablaze packs. Let's just buy them for fun. Back then, it was like $3.50, $4 for a pack. So we just spent 40 bucks and went about our day. We went to the house, opened up the cards, and next thing you know, on my fourth pack, I literally got the Charizard. It was not hard at all. And I was thrilled because I was like, dang, I pulled this card. But then as time went on, we saw why the card plummeted. Well, because it's not hard to pull at all. And then to make matters worse, it grades extremely easy. I mean, look at this.
Oh my God.
That's pretty much Japanese card quality, right? I mean, you see that the Japanese cards is a little easier to pull, very easy to grade. That Charizard most definitely was easy to grade, which is why it's plummeted and its desirability went out the door. And to make matters worse, Sword and Shield was like, you know what? We're not going to stick with this ultra rare stuff. We're going to throw in these alt arts, right? All these better cards that are so much nicer and way more desirable than that Charizard, which left that Charizard in the dirt. And because of that Charizard became so undesirable and no one really wants it anymore, which is why it's so cheap. And it doesn't really move as much unless you're someone who really wants all the Charizards, then yeah, I guess you can get it. But this Charizard, our Obsidian Flames Special Illustration Rare Charizard, is different. One, it's not the easiest card to pull, right? I mean, and on top of that, the quality for Obsidian Flames was up there with Paldea Evolved. Early Scarlet and Violet had terrible printing quality. We all know this, right? That's why the early Scarlet and Violet sets, all the top hits had very low gem rates and a PSA 10, because at the end of the day, the printing quality was bad. There was no exception for Obsidian Flames. Yes, there are 10,000 PSA 10s in this card, but there's about 30,000 combined in a PSA 9 and PSA 8 for this Charizard as well. So this card is most definitely very, very hard to grade, which is why I think it's going to be great to have. And it's only $400, even at times $375. So there's no reason why you shouldn't buy this card. Worst case scenario, it doesn't go up much at all, but then you're not really going to lose money on this. Like, this card is not going to get any worse. Obsidian Flames will be out of rotation soon. It was one of the earlier Scarlet and Violet sets, so there's no reason why you should hesitate buying this card. And yes, it is still a very, very good Charizard. Don't let the voice of public opinion lead you astray. Now, next on the list, I have another Charizard, but now it's going to be the Charizard from 151. And last time this card was on another list, it was on the list of do not buy in a PSA 10. And the reason why is because it was going for $1,100 at that time. Now, the reason why I was fearful for people to buy this card at $1,100 was because of the fact that it had so many things going in the wrong direction for it, even though its price was going the opposite way. Like, for example, there were rumors of 151 reprints, right? So that always scares people to maybe sell these things and sell them off even for cheaper prices and get some kind of profit for it, right? Also, this card, I mean, if you guys remember, like from a 1 year span, it was going from like $500 in a PSA 10 to all the way $1,100. Whenever you see that, major red flag. Major red flag. So I was like, nope, that's something you got to sell too. And lastly, the truth is 151 was printed into the grounds. It's obviously one of the most popular sets ever, but it was printed into the ground. So a lot of people pulled these Charizards and graded them. So there wasn't a lot of PSA 10s. There is a ton of PSA 10s actually. All those factors made me feel like, okay, this card's gonna go down. But since then it has, so I was right on that. But now it's at a point where I'm becoming very comfortable to buy it and make it a do buy now in a PSA 10. Why? Because recent sales have showed that it's going for $750. And that's a great price point for this card, especially for a set that's gonna turn 2 years old next month in September, right? So that's huge. So we like to see that. And on top of that, 151 is going to be seen as one of the greatest sets of all time in the Scarlet and Violet era. So with all those factors happening, with it going out of rotation and just being a legendary set, and it's one of the most bought cards in a PSA 10, I think most definitely this is probably one of the easiest buys I'll ever recommend for you guys. Another recommendation that I can give you guys is to buy another 151 card, but this time it's going to be the PC ETB promo, the Snorlax, and we need to get this in a PSA 10. There are only 1,345 of them, and they're going for about $800. It's very expensive. I do get that. But if you think about how much the PC ETB for 151 has skyrocketed and gone to the moon, we can really understand how the path for this card can get extremely expensive. And right now, our window may be closing to buy it at a very reasonable price. And on top of that, you have Snorlax, which is one of the most favored and loved Pokemon in history. So you have a skyrocketing product in the PC ETB. You have a very favorable Pokemon in Snorlax. I believe that this is such a smart buy for anyone who loves Snorlax as well, or just nostalgic Pokemon in general. And if you guys look at the PC ETB Obsidian Flames Charmander, I mean, look at the prices that Charmander is going for. And I think that the PC ETB for 151 will far outdo the Obsidian Flames one. So I think that the Snorlax can actually catch the Charmander eventually. Even though the Charmander is a little bit more rare, so is the Snorlax PC ETB in a PSA 10 slab. So I don't think it will be a bad purchase at all. If anything, I think your window is closing. You need to get it soon. And those are my recommendations for you all to buy in a PSA 10 for the Scarlet and Violet era. I am aware that some are pretty expensive, but if you think about the ceiling of these cards, I truly feel that you're going to be happy when you lay down that amount of money on it, because it'll be worth so much more once you buy them. And if you did like this list, please do like and subscribe. And also, if there's a Pokemon that you feel I should have talked about, please do comment down that Pokemon in the comment section below, and I will make a video about it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day, and bye-bye.